Hello and welcome back to E-commerce Marketing School. I'm your host, Tony DiBernardo from Privy, and today we're going to hear from Denielle from We Print, You Press on how they dramatically grew their business in just under a year. Hopefully hearing some of the things Denielle did in the beginning can inspire some new ideas to grow your business as well. So Denielle, it's great to have you on. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, of course. I mean, we have to know your secret. Your business like exploded, but there's so much that I want to learn from you. Exploded in a good way, of course. There's so much
Yeah.
that I want to learn from you, which is why I brought you on. So first, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and We Print You Press? How did it come to be?
Sure. So basically, I actually have a different business, Stitch to My Lou Promotions, promotional marketing business. We've been in business for over 10 years. After COVID, a lot of things have changed, of course, just like life in general. Um, I started to see the production time for a lot of projects for our customers was getting longer and longer. So things that used to take only a week were taking 2 and 3 weeks, particularly for custom apparel. And in the past, we've always kind of outsourced to different partners that have helped us with screen print and embroidery and all that. And so my husband and I started to research different decoration options and decided to invest in DTF printers or direct to film printers. And so
So this
we actually have,
business, this We Print You Press business, was born because you had a need in your current business that wasn't being met. So you just started dabbling in it. It wasn't like a business yet.
yeah, exactly. We purely invested in the first printer to just serve our current customers from, our original business. And as we started to be able to produce items with a much faster turnaround time, I know I've got friends that are, I call them cricket moms with all due respect. But a lot of moms and dads that are making shirts from home, cutting vinyl out of cricket, out of using a cricket. And there's a lot
Nice.
of other, ways to decorate apparel from home as well, sublimation, DTG. But all of those methods have a lot of different limitations, kind of, for different reasons. And so I decided that there was a need that we could fill by offering these DTF transfers to a larger audience instead of printing and then pressing and making the shirts in home. Or I'm sorry, not in home, but in our office. We decided to launch the We Print letter U Press website to be able to offer transfers to anyone, whether they're people that are doing it for a hobby or people that are in business, whether it be from
Right.
home. We actually work with some large screen print houses across the country. Some of them have
Yeah.
even opted to start using this type of apparel
Wow.
decoration. And so, we work with people that are or businesses and individuals that are at all stages of the business.
Sure.
Um,
So
we look,
the the important thing, or like the biggest thing that I want to just point out here is that you had your own business before, but you still started this from zero. There wasn't like customers that you were able to pull over from your other business. So you started this from zero people on your list.
yeah, exactly. The other business has a completely different target audience. And so I felt like it wouldn't be right to try to promote this business to them. So we started off literally with zero people. We had no list. I had no content. I literally launched a website. I did go out all over social media and claim all of the
The
at We Print
domains,
You
the
letter U
yeah.
Press as quickly as we could. Um, Missed YouTube, but we're working
Oh
on that.
man. Okay.
Missed it by 2 days, actually. So,
No
I
way.
definitely,
Oh my gosh.
yes, yes.
Okay. All right.
So I definitely advise people to, like, when you've got an idea and once you buy that like .com domain, like
Yeah.
grab Facebook. I don't think I did Twitter, but Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
Everything you
uh,
can.
yeah, everything you can. So that way, whether you have any intentions that day to use it or not, just grab it because you'll kick
So
yourself after if you don't.
Oh, absolutely. I've done that before, but I won't go into that. But I want to dive into like straight where you were at the beginning. You had zero followers, 0 people on your list. What was the first thing you did?
So the first thing I did was
Besides grabbing all the domains, like we just said, like in terms
yeah.
of growing, what did you do? Yeah.
Yep. So I knew that I was going to need to run some Facebook ads to be able to generate traffic to the website.
Okay.
But then with that, I feel that if you're going to invest money in Facebook ads, you need to have a way to capture the visitors that are coming in. Um, so I knew that I needed to have an email marketing solution that would easily integrate into our website. And so, looked into all the commonly known platforms out there. None of
Sure.
them really excited me like Privy did. So I just, the interface is so easy. And although I do have a team of people that help me in the office, they're
Hmm.
more geared towards the day-to-day activities, and I'm doing like all of the marketing and business generation kind of on my own.
Sure.
So I don't have a lot of time to spend hours to create emails and all of the different things to stay in
Right.
front of people. And so I loved that Privy had a lot of just ready to go templates that are super easy to use and just really simple to kind of plug in your logo and all your social media, contacts. Um, just, I don't know, just so,
Yeah.
it's just so easy.
So I wanted to say that. So I went to your website and you've got everything that we recommend, right? You've got the
Yeah.
discount pop-up, you've got the free shipping bar, you've got all the things, cart savers, this, that, and the other. But did you start with all of them? So like you went on, you said, I'm going to run a Facebook ad. I need to have something capturing. You probably started with the discount pop-up, and then was it just 0 to 100? You did all of the things, or did you take your time? What did that growth look like?
No, I pretty much implemented everything that Privy had to offer right off the bat. So
Whoa, cool. Okay.
as a consumer, I'm not a huge fan of pop-ups, but as a marketer, I definitely see value, and I think anybody that has a website that's investing money in that website, as well
Hmm.
as investing money in ads, you have to have the pop-ups. You have to at least give your audience the option to opt into your list. If you don't present them with the option, then they're most likely not going to opt in. Most people don't
Right.
scroll to the bottom of your website and see your little get your 10% discount here and give you
Yeah.
their email. You have to be in their face. And so we convert a high percentage of our traffic. So that's kind of told me that what my preference isn't necessarily representative of my customer's preference.
Sure. Yeah, and as people who run stores, as people who run online businesses, we see through a lot of the, I don't want to call it BS, although a lot of it is BS, but we see through a lot of the marketing tactics and strategies because we utilize them, right? So it's totally natural. But one of the things I wanted to ask too is, what did it look like for you as you were, so when we started off and you implemented all the strategies, great.
Hmm.
If you've got over 15,000 leads on your list, like, was it immediate growth right at the start, or did it take a while and then started to grow? You know what I mean? Was it Facebook ads the whole time? What did that look like?
Yeah. So our website was launched the end of March, early April, if I remember correctly. Um,
2022.
Yes, this year. Yep.
Wow.
And so we, it wasn't like it exploded overnight. And so I definitely don't want to, set the idea that you can just put up a website and, some pop-ups and grow,
Sure, of course,
that
it has to be a
quickly.
good product, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I really think because we started off running ads, I made a guess as far as, my selection criteria within Facebook, who I thought a good target audience would be because I didn't have any past
Sure.
customer base.
Yeah.
And so I just, I figured a high probability of women within a certain age group, within a certain income bracket, and kind of use that for my initial targeting. Each month, we just grew really kind of double digits growth, kind of month over month with more advertise or with more subscribers, sorry, on our
Right.
email list. And then once, I think it was in June, once I had about 300 or maybe 500 email people that had signed up for our emails. So not even,
Hmm.
buyers at that point.
Yeah.
I basically used that list to then create a custom audience inside of
Right.
Facebook and then started using that for my targeting going forward. And that was really when we started to see like the explosion of traffic to the website.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to break this down. I'm not necessarily a Facebook ads expert. I'm not claiming that you are either, but I really
I
want
am not
people to
either.
understand, yeah, that Facebook ads can be very, very intimidating. It can be very scary. They ask you a lot of criteria, but what they ask of you is identify your ideal customer. Who do you want us to reach out to for you? Now, if you need help with this, listen to our last podcast episode. It was last Friday. It was with Scott Cunningham. This is the step that stops most people in their tracks when marketing because they don't want to fill out the little worksheet that they find online that's who's your ideal avatar, who's your ideal customer. They don't want to say that their ideal customer is exactly what you said, this woman of this age who has this kind of business. Like getting that granular is so important because you just said it. You put all of that and you just guessed, right? You just guessed the best you could into
Yep.
Facebook and it started to work. And then you tweaked it, right? As you went along, you got it a little bit more and more specific. But that aside, what you just said was really, really, really important was that you created a lookalike list, or I think that's, I don't know if they call it that anymore, but you took
Custom
your
audience.
300
Yeah.
leads, a custom audience,
Hmm.
and when you put it into Facebook ads, for those of you that don't know, you can upload a list of contacts and you could tell Facebook, find people just like these people. Is that kind of
Right.
how it worked for you?
Yes, yes. And just in case anybody is like concerned about privacy or anything like that, everything ends up getting encrypted. So it's not like Facebook is, hanging on to data that says that Jane
Right.
Smith lives at this address or anything like that. So, I don't know if that's a
Well,
concern or not.
we could do a whole episode on Facebook and data, but we won't. That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And it's as easy as that. And I mean, don't get me wrong. That there are tons of YouTube videos, articles. If you guys need to learn how to do this, it worked for Danielle. You could say, how do I do a Facebook ad? How do I do a custom audience? And even if you only have like 15 contacts right now, maybe you have 1,000 contacts right now, it could still be a really powerful tool. And you don't have to break the bank on Facebook ads. I'm assuming, I mean,
No.
go ahead and tell us what you did.
I started at $5 a day, which is kind of the number that everybody throws around
Yeah,
online.
sure.
I started at $5 a day, and just as I started seeing the results that I felt were the results that I wanted
Hmm.
from the activity, I would bump it up to $10, $15, $20, and just over time, just totally work that budget up as I felt that I was getting a return on it as well. And of course, it's
Wow.
a delicate balance between, having the right target audience and what's the offer. I really do feel like it has to be an enticing offer for somebody to click on your ad, go to your
Of
website,
course.
and sign
Yeah.
up. And then, your imagery and the content that you have in the ad itself. So,
Amazing. Okay, so you utilized Facebook ads. You brought people to the site. They experienced probably a welcome discount. I know that you have a 20% discount on your site right now if they give your email and phone number, which is brilliant. That's what we recommend, right? Not necessarily the 20%. That's different for every store, but you have all the things working. But after that, right? It wasn't just discount pop-ups and Facebook ads. What are some of the things you did now that you had the subscribers and the leads? How did you convert those into customers?
yeah, I mean, I feel that it's important to kind of stay present and in front of that audience, not overly obnoxiously, but just adding value
Sure.
to the people that have decided to join our list. And so we would send out weekly email newsletters, and we might announce new design transfers that we've uploaded to our site. We might announce a sale. Sometimes I try and share just business tips and things that, I've learned being in business with our audience. And so, we use both email marketing as well as text messaging. Um, I think the only other thing that I felt like was important to develop was an app. So we do have a We Print You Press app where we're able to
Oh,
send push
wow.
notifications out
Very
to our
cool.
customer base. So, just trying different things to try to figure out what what a customer, what our subscribers prefer, how they prefer to communicate with us.
Yeah, and that'll be different for everybody. Pretty soon here on the podcast, we're going to be talking to Nikki Chan all about newsletters. We're going to do a deep dive into how to use newsletters, why they're so important, things like that. But for the specifics of this, your business, your customers might be very different from the customers of a wellness brand or a fitness brand. They might consume content differently. So, for anybody listening to this, newsletters are extremely important to stay in front of your customers, but they will look different for everybody. So give it a try. But something I actually did want to bring up, because I know you're not going to bring it up, but I know this about you, and I know that it's going to be really, really helpful for a lot of people, is everything that you've done over the last year, less than a year, we're not even done with the year until March here, is that you are going to be putting together a lot of the things that you've learned into a bit of a, I don't want to say like masterclass or coaching. I'll let you talk about it, but basically, I know that you're doing this soon. So where can we stay caught up with you and learn more about this when you decide to launch it?
Yeah, so this venture has only come about since March, and we've experienced pretty quick success, and I think it was because it allowed me to put all of my learnings from my other business to use pretty quickly. And so I just really want to be able to share that with other people that have a desire to build their own business, whether it's going to be a side gig or potentially something full time that they want to do. So I'll probably be announcing more information on that early in the new year. We have a Facebook group, so I'll be sharing information there. It's We Print You Press DTF transfers. And then even just subscribe to our email list, because what we'll do is send out a message and ask for those that are interested and make sure that we tag them appropriately. So that way we're sharing that information with those people that are interested in it.
Cool. All right. Well, Danielle, it was a pleasure having you on the podcast. I'm really excited for everything that you shared today, because I think that the simplicity of Facebook ads to a welcome discount pop up to just slowly engaging with your audience, I think that can be often overshadowed by how complicated and intimidating Facebook ads can be. So I really appreciate you breaking it down for us today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
You got it. And for everyone listening, thank you so much for listening to E-commerce Marketing School. If you want to see us in the wild, you can find clips from this episode and all of our future episodes at Instagram at Ecom Marketing School, as well as YouTube on the Privy channel. And if you're on Twitter, you can find me at Tony from the Pod. If you'd like to check out We Print You Press, you can go to We Print You, the letter U, so WePrintYouPress.com, as well as find them on Facebook. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.